And we are live. Good morning, comic book fans. Welcome back to Comics in 5 Minutes. I'm your Volvo Shorty. I am deliberately stopping watching She-Hulk to do this, so let's get on with it. I'm going to review 20th Century Men. This is easily described as pulp superhero sci-fi, but it is not easy to describe or review or to sell. It is actually quite complicated, in-depth, and it will be difficult for some people to pick this up and go for it. It doesn't mean you shouldn't. When you get to this review, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, but bear with me as I go through this stage by stage. First, I'm going to talk about the writing. This is, I'm bringing names because they're not what I'm familiar with, Dennis Camp, who, if you were going to be uncharitable, you'll say this writing is a little bit disjointed, a little bit confusing, because it deals with several characters in several time periods from several different national backgrounds and ethnicities, and they're talking about large, over-the-top, complex ideas and ideologies. Which does make it not quite impenetrable, but if you don't really know what they're talking about, it can make it seem like it's asking you to do some extra work. This is perfectly reasonable, and I totally get that, but it is worth it. It just so happens that I weirdly, like a lot of political and economic things, I pay attention to some random things, and I like the idea of reading about American exceptionalism, the idea that an American super soldier like Captain America existed in the First or Second World War, should I say, might not be a Captain America, it might be something very different and very dark. We also have a Russian super soldier from around about the same time involving huge amounts of cybernetics, and we basically, for Russia at that period, you've got like an idealism slamming into authoritarianism in spectacular and predictably bloody ways. We have Afghanistan in the 80s, a country which has been invaded for colonial and capitalist reasons for many, many, many years, and is severely trying to find its own way out of a situation with people trying to make their own super soldiers, trying to broker peace between Afghani mujahideen and Russian oligarchs, and what happened during Vietnam when they tried to recreate a Captain America style soldier, and it all went wrong, as it typically would, because it's Vietnam and it's a terrible war. It should never have happened, and colonialism sucks. All that going on means you've got so many disparate ideas and viewpoints and ideologies, and written in ways which are as authentic as I think they're going to be. It doesn't make it easy to read, though. It means you have to put the effort in, but it does reward you for your engagement. It absolutely does. It writes as if it doesn't expect you to either A, know an absolute buttload about the periods and the people involved and the ideologies and the religious themes and the economics. Also, it doesn't assume you don't know anything. It doesn't drip feed you things. It doesn't do the airplane with food coming in. It assumes you at least are aware of what's going on, and if not, that you'll be interested in finding out about it, and the stuff that it does tell you is worthwhile paying attention to. Similar can be said for the art. This, again, I have to check the name. S. Moran. When you first flick through this book and look at it, you might get a sense of inconsistent art styles, or at least chaotic art styles. Both of those are kind of true, but not quite right. Although, yeah, chaos, absolutely fine. I can totally get that, but it is deliberate chaos. Different time periods, different characters will have different styles done for them. You've got an almost Richard Corbin-esque stylization, an Eastman minimalism sometimes, and then other absolutely stupendous, gorgeous pieces of artwork which are purely of the creator of this comic book. But there's always a stylistic kind of thing there as well. And sometimes even in the same panel or in the same page, you're going to get these disparate color patterns, color palettes, and styles. Again, this can make it look like it's almost incomprehensible. Why is all this happening? Why is it changing? Why are these characters done in different ways in different panels? This is all done for reasons, though. We are talking about the different ways that not only people are, but the way they are seen, and that matters, and it comes across really, really effectively. And as much as I guess that, yes, art in the eye of the beholder, it is open to interpretation, and people can like things for different reasons, I totally get that, but I like to think that if you're reading comic books, you're aware of art in a sense of what is good and what is bad. Not in terms of the stylistic choice, but just quality. Like, generally, can a person do this well? And yes, this is absolutely stupendous. It is a hard sell. I absolutely agree on that one. This might not be for everyone. But if you are falling into the kind of category of people this is aimed at, or that you're willing to put in a little bit of extra effort and engage with it in the way that they expect you to, then you will be rewarded for it. I mean, even if you're not, you're still going to have like quite a lot of fun. Yeah, we don't really have much in the way of the pulp superheroics yet, but it's clearly building towards that. And because there's a lot of flashbacks, we're going to get signs of that happening. It is far more jaded in this story, but I think it's going to be there. I think you will be rewarded no matter what, but it is kind of expecting you to put some work in yourself. And I think that is work that is worth doing. I think you are going to be rewarded for the time and effort you put into this comic book. And if it carries on the way it is, I think it could be one of the greats. I think this is trying to do an awful lot. Probably the biggest challenge is going to be is sticking that landing when you come to the end of it, and if it all pays off in the way I think it could do. But I'm confident. I'm very confident. And I think I'm going to really enjoy reading the rest of this series. That's it from me today, though. I'll be back tomorrow. Until then, look after each other, everyone. Stay safe. Bye.